Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Carmen Fan 921, aka Matthew Davis. Well, I already made my list for my top 11 favorite movies of 2015. Now, oh boy, it's time for me to get to my top 10. That's right, I'm only doing 10 least favorite movies of 2015. These are movies that I just did not like. Like, oh my god, what the I did not like any single movie that's on this list. But if there's anybody out there that likes any of these movies, I respect your opinion, okay? So yeah. But before I get into it, I do have some dishonorable mentions. And they are, first of all, I have not seen The Loft, Alvin and the Chipmunks Road Trip, or Aloha. I heard those movies were god awful, but I have not seen them. Now, for the only two dishonorable mentions that I have seen are Hot Tub Time Machine 2 and Unfinished Business. Alright, so with that said, let us get started with my top 10 worst movies of 2015. Number 10, The Lazarus Effect. Oh my god, this movie was so boring just throughout the movie. It doesn't make sense at all. I don't understand this movie at all. And the ending was bullshit. The ending was awful. And throughout the film, it just has shitty special effects. No lack of scares whatsoever. I'm happy I did not see this in theaters and just rented it from Redbox. This has got to be one of the worst horror films ever made. Also, the fact that it's not scary at all. Number 9, The Gallows. I wanted this movie to be good, but throughout the film it was so boring. I mean, what is supposed to happen? Just some paranormal activity bullshit going on. Like, nothing happens. I mean, it's just... The teenagers just act like they're scared even though nothing really happens. This film was incredibly boring. It's just like the same as every other shitty found footage film, except I actually enjoy most found footage films out there, but this is not one of them. I can even say As Above, So Below is better than this shit. Pretty much so. This is one of the worst one of the worst found footage movies I've ever seen in my life. Number 8, The Boy Next Door. I mean, really, just, my god. This is trying to... I don't even know. All I can say is that this film was boring. It absolutely has no sense of a good plot whatsoever. This is just trying to be like a psychological thriller, except this movie doesn't actually have the psychologicalness throughout. You don't root for any of the characters. I just thought it didn't make sense. I did not understand what was going on. So, pretty much, yeah. Number 8, Boy Next Door. I don't recommend it at all. Number 7, Poltergeist. Oh my god, why remake a classic 80s horror film that was actually scary? This film has nothing but CGI bullshit throughout. Really, the effects and... really, just... it doesn't even make sense at all. It tries to be a lot like the original classic Poltergeist, but you know what? It fails at it, and the 3D sucked. I mean, really. Did we really need to see this movie in 3D? No. But, you know what? I just saw it just for the 3D, and let me just say, it just failed big time. Just, oh my god, really. One of the worst horror remakes out there, guys. Believe me. But if you like it, that's fine. Number 6, Human Centipede 3. This is part of a shitty franchise that is just so disgusting. This is one of the worst horror sequels I've ever seen in my life. Like, really, why even make this franchise in the first place? I mean, I don't understand it. Just to make money? This was so gross and disgusting, I just wanted to vomit. Like, really, it just has some of the grossest scenes I've ever seen. This absolutely made me feel absolutely bad, because you know what? That's what this film is. A feel-bad movie that just makes you feel sad inside. Number 5, Hot Pursuit. Wow, this is one of the worst comedy movies out there. Like, really, nobody could get a good performance. I guess the film's just there for Sofia Vergara's hotness. Pretty much, I think that's pretty much why it's called Hot Pursuit. I mean, the title doesn't even make that much sense at all. Like, really, and the lesbian scene, pretending to be lesbians, like, really? That was just fucking weird, even for a PG-13 rated movie. Oh my god, why did Warner Brothers have to be a part of this? Like, why? This was not funny, it was boring and just bullshit, pretty much. Number 4, Fantastic Four. And this movie's not on my number 4 spot just because the 4 is in the title. No, I really despise this movie. This is one of the worst superhero movies out there. Not as bad as Batman and Robin, but my god, this was a huge disappointment. Like, oh my god, the CGI throughout the film, it was just incredibly boring. And the acting, nothing happens. It's just a snore fest. I mean, throughout, I did not feel anything. I was not having fun. I just wanted to go home. Because this film was just, what the fuck? But really, I just really did not care about this film. My god, thank god this movie wasn't in 3D. Like, thank god. Number 3, Paranormal Activity, The Ghost Dimension. I was looking forward to this movie, but especially for the 3D, but my god, this is the worst out of the franchise. Like, this is the worst horror sequel I've ever seen, believe it or not. It wasn't scary. The CGI and the 3D were absolutely fucking horrible. Nobody could give a good performance, and the ending was a huge disappointment. For the last Paranormal Activity movie, this has got to be one of the biggest disappointments I've ever seen. Like, fuck this movie. One of the worst theater experiences I've ever seen. Thank God it bombed at the box office. Good, because you know what, it fucking deserves it for being a piece of shit horror film. Number 2, Paul Blart Mall Cop 2. Let me just say one thing, this movie was not funny. Like, really, I was bored while I was watching this movie. Like, I enjoyed the first film, but you know what, I knew this film was gonna suck. Because a lot of critics didn't like the first movie, but let me just say, this film was one of the most god-awful Kevin James films ever. I'm sorry, I like Kevin James, but he was god-awful in this movie. Every single character. They just fucked it up. Like, really, just fucked up everything throughout this film. Like, oh my god, just... It's not Happy Madison's worst, but it's pretty damn close if you ask me. Number 1, 50 Shades of Grey. Oh, I just want to throw up. This movie is nothing more than a porno, and this is from the author of Twilight. This is a hell of a lot worse than Twilight. I would rather watch that instead, even though all Twilight movies suck ass. But this was just gross. It's nothing more than a 2-hour-long porno, and I don't know, what the fuck? Who thought of, like, really, I cannot believe this. This movie should be banned. This movie should not even exist. This is just so disgusting. Like, oh my god, I wanted to cover my eyes throughout the film, because this film was just so wrong. This movie just... I can't believe this film's getting sequels. Like, really. Ugh, my god. Yeah, this film is definitely at number 1. This is the number 1. A middle finger. That's what I give this movie. This is the worst movie of 2015 for me. Oh, thank God I'm done with that list. Leave a comment down below what your least favorite movie of the year is. So did you agree or disagree with this list? If you like any of these movies, then that's fine. Alright, but anyways, thanks for a really good year. There was a lot of good movies and a lot of shitty movies that came out this year. But, you know what? I'm so glad I'm done with this list. I cannot wait. I cannot believe I'm going to have to make another list next year with all the shitty movies that are coming out next year. But thank God that there's probably going to be a lot of good movies as well. Let's hope for that. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. See you guys later. Word out.